Welcome to the Transitions Daily podcast. Transitions Daily is an online recovery group that offers a daily distribution of popular recovery resources accompanied by a secret Facebook group for discussion. We hope you enjoy today's readings.
This is Transitions Daily for December the 15th, read by Kirsty S. from the East Midlands in the United Kingdom. AA thoughts for the day. Pride. We scarcely need to be reminded that excessive guilt or rebellion leads to spiritual poverty, but it was a very long time before we knew we could go even more broke on spiritual pride. When we early AAs got our first glimmer of how low spiritually prideful we could be, we coined this expression, "Don't try to get too damn good by Thursday." That old-time admonition may look like another of those handy alibis that can excuse us from trying our best, yet a closer view reveals just the contrary. This is our AA way of warning against pride blindness and the imaginary perfections that we do not possess. Bill W., June 1961. The Language of the Heart, page 255. Thought to consider. Pride without gratitude is arrogance. Acronyms. Let go. Leave everything to God. Okay? Just for today. Ideas from Suggested Steps. I remember my sponsor's answer when I told him that the steps were suggested. He replied that they are suggested in the same way that if you were to jump out of an airplane with a parachute, it is suggested that you pull the ripcord to save your life. He pointed out that it was suggested I practice the 12 steps if I wanted to save my life. Daily Reflections, page 344. Daily Reflections. Doing anything to help. Offer him, the alcoholic, friendship and fellowship. Tell him that if he wants to get well, you will do anything to help. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 95. I remember how attracted I was to the two men from AA who 12-stepped me. They said I could have what they had, with no conditions attached, that all I had to do was make my own decision to join them on the pathway to recovery. When I start convincing a newcomer to do things my way, I forget how helpful those two men were to me in their open-minded generosity. As Bill sees it, random quote, one fellowship, many faiths. As a society, we must never become so vain as to suppose that we are authors and inventors of a new religion. We will humbly reflect that every one of AA's principles has been borrowed from ancient sources. A minister in Thailand wrote, "We took AA's 12 steps to the largest Buddhist monastery in this province, and the head priest said, 'Why, these steps are fine. For us as Buddhists, it might be slightly more acceptable if you inserted the word good into your steps instead of God. Nevertheless, you say that it is God as you understand him, and that must certainly include the good. Yes, AA's 12 steps will surely be accepted by the Buddhists around here.'" St. Louis old-timers recall how Father Edward Dowling helped start their group. It turned out to be largely Protestant, but this fazed him not a bit. AA Comes of Age, page 231 and 232, page 81 and 83, and page 37. Big Book Quote. When ready, we say something like this. "My Creator, I am now willing that you should have all of me, good and bad. I pray that you now remove from me every single defect of character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and my fellows. Grant me strength as I go out from here to do your bidding. Amen." We have then completed Step 7. Alcoholics Anonymous, Into Action, page 76. 24 hours a day. AA thought for the day. Service to others makes the world a good place. Civilization would cease if all of us were always and only for ourselves. We alcoholics have a wonderful opportunity to contribute to the well-being of the world. We have a common problem. We find a common answer. We are uniquely equipped to help others with the same problem. What a wonderful world it would be if we took our own greatest problem and found the answer to it and spent the rest of our lives helping others with the same problem in our spare time. Soon we would have the right kind of world. Do I appreciate my unique opportunity to be of service? Meditation for the day. Today can be lived in the consciousness of God's contact, upholding you in all good thoughts, words and deeds. If sometimes there seems to be a shadow on your life and you feel out of sorts, remember that this is not the withdrawal of God's presence, but only your own temporary unwillingness to realise it. The quiet grey days are the days for doing what you must do, but know that the consciousness of God's nearness will return and be with you again when the grey days are past. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may face the dull days with courage. I pray that I may have faith that the bright days will return. Hazelden Foundation, P.O. Box 176, Centre City, MN 55012. My name is Kirsty, and I'm an alcoholic.
We hope you enjoyed today's readings. You can also receive Transitions Daily via email and discuss today's readings in our secret Facebook group. So for more information, go to dailyaaemails.com today.
Other than the 24 hours a day reading, unless otherwise specified, all quotes copyright Alcoholics Anonymous World Services, Inc., 1952, 1957, 1967, 1973, 1975, 1976, 1980, 1981, 1984, 1985, 1988, 1990, or 2001.